I'm back with another interesting session about our CRM, and in this particular session, we are going to discuss about working with calendars. This is another priority element of our CRM working pattern. As you know, our CRM is a comprehensive business management platform that includes a built-in calendar feature. And working with this calendar in CRM is an important aspect of your involvement on the CRM. Why is it so important? It's so because it will help you to organize your schedule. Calendar allows you to create an event, task, set a reminder, assign them to yourself or other team members. This helps you to stay on top of your schedule and ensure that you don't miss important deadlines or the appointments. More to that, it helps you to collaborate. The CRM's calendar is on a shared calendar, meaning that you can invite the team members to an event and a task, and they can do the same for you. This allows everyone to stay up to date on what's happening and helps to avoid any scheduling conflict. CRM calendar is integrated with other features. Calendar is integrated with other features such as CRM, project management, and other tools, whether it's lead, deal, and the chat, and so on. So everything, been integrated with a calendar. This means that you can create event, tasks that are linked to a specific project, our clients, customer, and track the time you spend on different tasks. And finally, and important that it helps you to report and analyze through the analytics. The calendar provides you the reporting and analytics feature that allows you to track your productivity, analyze your team's performance, and identify the area of improvement. This helps you to make a data-driven decision and optimize your workflows. Overall, working with a calendar is in the CRM is essential for the effective time management and the collaboration, and to ensure your productivity all the time. It helps you to control over your entire resource and your collaboration mechanism with your team members. So let us begin with contour of working with a calendar. In this session, we're gonna cover several aspects of the calendar, such as add an event to the calendar, create a new calendar, configure favorite calendars, calendar setting, even look at the access permission to the calendars or creating an event from the chat, quick actions, and send event invitation by the emails. So when you log into your account and come to a landing page, when you click on the calendar, your calendar month-wise will look like this. And when you click on company calendar, the view will be similar to this, where you'll have a multiple company calendars available on the right side. If you have the access available, you may get those options to you. You can add calendars to your company calendar as and when requires, and you are having access to that. Now let us look at working with a calendar. Add event to the calendar. You can add new event using a quick form. Click on any day in the calendar to open a quick event form. Specify event date, name, and time. You can also add a reminder and select the event location. You can add custom list of the location when selecting one The event planner shows the availability of location. Add the attendees to the event. Use the planner to view the availability of a participant and select the most convenient date and time. Enable the notify of the decision option to get notification about your colleague's reaction. Now, to add a new event using a complete form. Use a complete form when you need to add more event details. Click Add button and specify date and time. Enable all days option in the event if event is going to take all the days. If the event is going to take place in a different time zone, select one in the list. If you want this event to be regular, specify the time interval in the repeat section. Additional settings can be added by clicking More to see additional settings. Add the event description and select event color. You can also select CRM elements to be connected to the event. For an example, if you want to schedule a meeting and discuss the specific deal, in this case, you can connect event to this deal and view this deal in one click. View your schedule. Click Schedule to view your planned events. Now let's move to next section is how to create a new calendar. Creating several calendars make it easier to work with a large number of events. For an example, you can separate your company event and personal ones so you do not miss anything. How to create a new calendar? You can click on the calendar button, then click on Add button and configure the calendar. Specify the name and choose the color of the event. Configure calendar access permission for other user. Your colleague will only have an access to the event or the entire calendar depending on the specified permissions. Next, configure favorite calendar. Add other employees' calendars. Go to the calendar section, click on the next add button. You can add a company or user or work group calendar. Select the type of the list and choose a color. If you have added a calendar but you do not see an event, ask its owner to configure access permission to the calendar. Permission must be at least view availability and names. How to make my calendar visible to others. Open your calendar menu and choose Edit. Specify appropriate access permission for the colleagues to be able to add your calendar. Permission can be assigned to the department, work group, or the user. Your event will be appearing in your colleague's calendar. The employee who added your calendar will only be able to see all scheduled events, but won't be able to edit event in your calendar unless you give him or her permissions. If necessary, you can also remove calendar from the list. Next, the calendar setting. Now in calendar setting, you can define the event that will be shown as well as some general display details. Now click gear icon to access the setting. Now these are the personal settings. For an example, Specify your time zone to ensure you have a right time for your scheduled event. If you have international partner or an extensive network of remote worker, pay special attention to this. Then you have an invitation calendar. Specify the calendar to add event to which you will be invited. Then comes to the CRM calendar where you can specify the calendar to add your calls and meetings. The event shows that you decline. The calendar will record all the events if you have declined the invitation. If you change your mind, it will be easy to find the event. More to that, show the task and completed task. This will turn this option off if you don't want to see the task in the calendar. Next is a sync task calendar, which will allow you to synchronize the task as a calendar event with other devices, such as macOS or cell phones. Then don't send an invitation if the time is already allocated. Means your colleague will not be able to send an invitation if you already have something planned for the time. Next is a show week number. This option is actively used in long-term planning. And then finally the email to send invitation. You can invite partners and the customers to the meeting via email you specify. And then you got in a general settings such as a work time setting, which specifies working hours of your company, weekend, which specify the days of the company, and then the weekend and holidays and work days defines the specify additional dates of the weekends and holidays as well as some working days of the company. For an example, 31st of December. So the access permission. Create a permission for the employees or the team members to access the calendar. You can read more in the article Access Permission to Personal Calendar. Okay, so now we will move to the access permission to the calendar. So the CRM calendar owner can set a various access permission to the different user. Click the calendar button to open the setting. In My Calendar list, select the calendar, click the menu and choose the Edit, where by default the owner has a full access to the personal calendar and other user can have only the view employees availabilities. If you want to add additional access permission, click Access Permission and add the select user. You can provide different access level for a different user. And note that account administrator can see all the event in other employees' calendars regardless of a configured access limitations. Here you have a various choice such as an access denied means you do not have access to the calendar. When you see view availability means you can see who has access to the calendar. When you see the option View Availability and Names, that means you can see the calendar events. When you have the option View Availability and Names means you can see the names of the calendar events. And when you have the option the View means you can see event but you cannot edit them. And if you see the option Edit Calendars and Event means you cannot only view but also add the event in the calendars. And finally, if you got on a full access means you have all the permission. Please know that if you set an access permission for all visitors, the further individual access limitation will not work. That means access to the different calendar type. So if you got an access to the different calendar, there are two set of a calendar in the system, which is a company calendar and a personal calendar. The account administrator can separately set up the access permission for each one of them. Okay, let's go to the create a calendar event from the chart. So you have a probably the notice that such words as today, tomorrow, next day, etc. are automatically highlighted in the CRM charts. Click on it to open quick option menus, create a task, or create calendar event. Click create calendar to add a new event to my calendar. You will see an automated message informing that you have an event that has been successfully added. Click on the active link inside to open the event form. You can edit event at any time, add a guest, change the date or the time, etc. Quick action in the calendar and the task. Communication with the colleague directly in an event or in a task with the help of a quick action on the open chat. Send post to the feed. Create a task. How does it look in the calendar? Click the menu in the event form and select the desired action. All the participants will automatically get added. How does it look like in a task? For an example, if you need to discuss on a task, just click the video call for it and all participants of the task will be added to the call automatically. Finally, send event invitation by the email. Now the main calendar function is a scheduling event. Event within the company are easy to schedule in seconds because the scheduler display each employee's free time. But there are also meetings with the customer and partners who are not user of the CRM. For an example, the calendar has an invite a guest function. The attendees section, click the change button, then click on the user participant event. So how do you send an event invitation to a guest by an email? Select a day in your calendar, add an event, specify the event parameters, and then select the attendees section, click the change button, and then select the user that will participate in the event. Specify the email, first name, and the last name of the guest, and click on the invite. Guest is added to the attendees list, save to your account, and is sent and is displayed in a yellow color. Select the guest from the list and press enter. Mail user have no access to your account, so they cannot be deleted or deactivated. They are not internal or external user. So mail user has no access to your account, so they cannot be deleted or deactivated. They are not internal or external user. Now, how to add a new sender email? Fill out the form, specifically the name and email, and you can make this email available to everyone by enabling corresponding options. Copy paste the corresponding field and save it. Of course, you will get a verification code to the specified email. Once you confirm that, that will ensure that the individual has been added. Make sure to notify the decision option. If this option is enabled, you will get a notification if the event's attendees has accepted or declined the invitation. And then finally, click on the create. The event is added to your calendar. How do you check if the guest has received your invitation or not? So after creating an event in your calendar, the guest will get an invitation by an email. Once the guest has made a decision on the event, on the participation, you will get a notification. You can add the time and location if the invitation has been picked up. The guest will be automatically notified of any update of the event. If the meeting is get cancelled, at one click, the message will be delivered to the guest that meeting has been cancelled. Now, if you send any sort of attachment with the details, it will be also visual along with your invitation. Right? Invitation contains all the information that add in the event, and if there is an attachment, the guest can download it. There is no need to send the attachment separately. That's all with working with the calendar. If you have any further more information required, do not hesitate to contact the concerned department. Thank you so much.